Good afternoon. This is the video I've been trying to get to all day. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you? I hope you're well. What a day. Unblock phone 2. Really? Cool. All right. I'm just going to wait a second while we see who's available at probably one of the most awkward times of the day to do a live feed. Good times. There we go. My sound is off on my phone. I'll go here. Apparently I'm live and there's people watching. Amazing. Amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Say hi. Let me know who you are. Don't know where you're watching from at this point. But that's okay. That's fine. I've got an itchy nose. You're going to get all the details. So this morning I was going to do Monday Motivation. There we go. Hello, Mara. I was going to do this morning. And then I remembered that my husband had a doctor's appointment. Good. I'm glad he's having a mental health day. Yes, you're a teenager. Teenagers need those. So do adults sometimes. Oh, gosh. I was going to come live this morning, and then I remembered my husband had a doctor's appointment that I went with him to, and we were putting the slow cooker on for dinner. So on the plus side, my house smells like slow cooked curry, right? Amazing. Cannot wait for dinner. On the downside, we didn't get to do this morning. And then I was going to come in and do it around lunchtime, but my laptop that I normally use didn't want to play any sounds, which is fine for me to talk to you, but not ideal. I wasn't 100% sure if it's the sound that's gone on it, whether the sound would go through to you. So I thought that was a little bit important to maybe rectify before going live. And then these people are 1K sorry too far inform me that they've lost my package. Do you think that may be spam? And so we're in the process of fixing that. I said because when you're working from home, clearly the office is the place to be. My husband was laying on the floor. My 4-year-old was laying next to him. They were doing their own thing while I tried to work out what the heck was going on with my computer. Thankfully, one of my beautiful clients, they have an IT thing. And I went, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I need to know what to do to fix this so that I can go live. And so I said to Michael, husband, can you smell something burning? And he's gone, I don't smell anything burning. He went out to check the kitchen just in case. He's gone, I smell delicious curry. Excellent. Well, that's cooking well then. And at one point, Ethan came over for me to sharpen a pencil for him, and I leaned into the computer, and my other computer is burning. And I don't think that's a good thing. So on the plus side, I'm getting a new computer for Christmas. Good times in my house. Monday Motivation. I wanted to talk about feelings and choices because I don't know about you, but I was brought up in a house, and it wasn't mum and dad's fault. It was just the way we did things. I was brought up in a house where I was overly sensitive, a highly sensitive person. And the result, hello, healingology. And the result of that was that, sometimes I would get yelled at for crying. And so I'd squash the feelings down. And I feel like that's a fairly common thing, right? We just squash the feelings down. I don't have time to deal with that right now. I've got to just focus on these much more important things. So I'll come back to that later and, deal, but we never come back to it and deal with it. And today's motivation is to focus on the feelings. Now, I had a meltdown on the weekend, which completely uncovered a limiting belief that I haven't focused on yet, which I plan to focus on. And And what it did for me, and it's the first time I've ever done it, I've gone, you know what? Right now, in this moment, I don't feel good. Okay, let's lean into the feeling. Why don't I feel so good? Okay, I don't feel good because of these certain circumstances. Okay, so what am I going to do about that? Well, I just want to cry. Okay, cry. I ugly cried. I ugly cried. It was the most beautiful, ugly crying I've ever done. But I let myself feel those feelings. The next morning, I was still feeling a little raw, but get your ugly cry on, because that is some release right there. It's really important. I know Mystique talks about the same things I do on occasion. Acknowledge, accept, release. Acknowledge the feelings. I feel angry. Why do I feel angry? I feel angry because someone did something along the line somewhere that really, really hurt me and I've never dealt with it. Okay, well, isn't now the best time? Wouldn't now be the best time to deal with that? So lean into the feelings, acknowledge the feelings so that you can release the feelings. Because once you acknowledge the feelings, you're able to then step out of the feelings. You don't stay in the feelings. You do not stay in the feelings. You go, okay, I want to feel like this right now. Okay, so I'm going to feel just like this right now because it's really important for me to do that. But then you pick yourself up and you dust yourself off and you go and be an adult. Now, if you're a mum, sometimes we think our children are more important than us. It's one of those things society has taught us, that everyone else is more important than us. Here's the bottom line. If you're not looking after yourself, if you're not acknowledging your feelings, and those feelings are getting squashed all the time, you're a coffee grinder. All right? You're the coffee grinder and you're plunging down the feelings. At some point, you're going to explode. What we want to do is acknowledge those feelings in the moment. Okay, I feel this way. Why do I feel this way? Is it okay for me to feel this way? Yes. You never have to justify your feelings to anyone. Is it okay for me to be feeling like this? 100% yes. So I'm going to take a moment and feel that. I'm actually going to feel the fear, the sadness, the whatever it is that I'm feeling, the anger, the whatever. Because if you acknowledge your feelings when they are less than positive, imagine how it will feel when you acknowledge them when they're the other end of the scale, right? How much more will it feel? Hey, Kylie. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, Kylie. You just have to find it. There's always a light. This is one of the reasons I turned my readings into coaching moments, shall we call them, because anyone can tell okay, today's Monday motivation. Let me get that out and then I'll come back to you. Okay. Hey, Gwen. I'm not doing readings right now, guys. Monday motivation. Okay. Friday night for readings. Friday night will be me because Michael is moving. So he can't do it this week. He'll be coming back on the 17th. We're going to swap. And then on the 24th and 31st, I do believe I have a little Mystique Christmas magic and New Year magic. You have choices. I am good, thank you, apart from needing to buy a new computer. If you didn't catch the first 5 minutes, go back and watch it. It's fun. You have a choice. You have to feel your feelings so that you can release them, because you don't want to be the coffee plunge. You don't want to be going, okay, I'm just going to squash that feeling down. I'll deal with it later. And then the next thing happens. I'm just going to squash that down. And you got a coffee plunger that you're going squash, 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 explode. You don't want the explode, right? So deal with it in the moment. And be raw about it. Like, be raw about your feelings, because like I was saying, if you are raw about the ones that are not so positive, then when you get the ones where you are ecstatic and you're joyful, it feels even more so. But you have to give yourself permission, because no one gave me permission when I was younger. if you keep crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about. That was my dad. Okay. And Dad knows. He said, hey, Barbara, my dad and I have had this chat. We're quite close these days, which is really good. We've had a lot of ick to climb through to get to the point where now I can say, Dad, that's not okay. But feel the feelings. All right. And the other thing on the weekend I was reminded of when I was a churchy, I went to one of the Australian Christian churches when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And at that time I was living with an aunt and uncle. The uncle had just had a heart attack and I was at church and I was really upset. And the pastor's wife came up to me and she's gone, this isn't even happening to you. You shouldn't be this upset. So putting it on me that my feelings were invalid. And I went, no, hang on. It wasn't until this weekend that I went, no, my feelings are valid. I am actually allowed to feel the way I'm feeling right in this moment. And I'm allowed to cry about it. And I don't need a solution. I just really need a moment to feel the way I feel, acknowledge the way you want to feel so that I can then release it, let it go, and move on to the next thing. Because I have a million things to do. I can't stay in those feelings. We don't unpack there. We don't set up camp. We literally, I had an argument with my husband on Saturday night, and I ended up sitting on the couch out here in the dark in the living room, ugly crying, really super ugly crying. It was very raw. And then when I went back into the bedroom, we were able to discuss it because I couldn't talk at that point. I needed the moment to go, no, this is my time. I need to deal with this. But when I got back, we were both able to talk and have a cuddle. And he's like, we discussed it. And so have that moment to go, no. I feel like my needs don't matter. I feel like nothing I do is ever good enough. So let's go behind that. I coach myself when I do this. So let's go behind that. Nothing I do is ever good enough. Why is that? Because I'm not good enough. Why am I not good enough? Let's work through that. Where does that come from? So it all comes back to one of these root cause limiting beliefs. And if you need help, like if your focus, this is where it comes back to you, Kylie, if your focus is on there being no light at the end of the tunnel, then you're never going to see the light. You got to shift your focus. Hello, Roger. Thank you so much for your help today. Oh, I wasn't pulling my hair out, see? If your focus is on the no light, you won't see the light. If you shift your focus from what is going wrong in your life to what is going right, even if it's just, hey, I got out of bed and I washed my hair today. I got out of bed and I fed my children. Right? Shift your focus. And then once you start to focus on the good things, you have to make that choice. It is a choice. That's where the choices come in, right? It's a choice. You have to choose. You have to choose to shift your focus away from life is really crap. Things are not going well. Life is getting me down. There is no light. Where is this light? There's no tunnel here. I'm literally hitting my head up against a brick wall, and I don't know which way to turn. If that is your focus, then that's all your focus will be. Once you start to choose to look differently, I've told you guys, I'm a teacher. I can speak good English. I've told you guys the story about the time that I opened my wallet or opened my bank app and I had like $20 in my account for a week. Like I had a week until my next lot of money was due to come in. And I've gone $20, but I need to buy nappies. That's $20 on its own. But I need to buy this, but I need to buy that. Did I starve that week? No. So instead of focusing on the lack, instead of focusing on the not have, oh my God, I have no money in my account. What am I going to do? I went, no. This is okay. We will be okay because open the fridge. We have fresh fruit and veggies. We have frozen veggies. We have, I buy rice by the 5 kilo because I really like rice. and pasta, clearly. When you shift your focus away from that thing that you think is really important and you shift your focus over to the haves. I have food in my pantry. I have food in my fridge. Maybe we'll buy the cheaper brand of nappies this week. I thought, we will be fine. But it is a mind shift. You got to shift your mindset over to, what do I have? And usually with that sort of thing, I'll have a client ring me within 24 hours and go, hey, I really need to have a session with you. Do you have time? And I'll go, oh, I can squeeze you in, I suppose. The universe has your back. But do you truly believe that the universe has your back? Because if you don't believe that the universe has your back, then the universe will have... I was about to say that in a really bad way. No. What we as humans do is we wander through life and allow things to happen to us. And we are usually one step behind. And something happens and we rush and we fix it. And then something happens and we rush and we fix it. And what I teach you guys to do is to be one step ahead. And we tell the universe what we want to happen. Hello, beautiful Tonya. Don't be sorry. It's okay. This was late today because of burning computer issues. Yep, not even joking. So, if you can be one step ahead of the things, are unexpected things still going to happen? Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Because sometimes you don't have control over what happens. Yeah? Sometimes you can, well, not sometimes, all the time. Life is about controlling what you can control and making the choices you need to make to get you closer to where you want to be. If this is your goal over here and you're back here going, la-di-da, I'm going to just kind of put out a spot fire here, and oh my gosh, something else bad happened, and oh my gosh, something else bad happened, and my focus is on the bad happening. Energy goes where your focus goes. No? Yeah. I always say it backwards. Wherever your focus is, that's where the energy flows. Okay? So if you're focused on the bad things that are happening, then more bad things will happen. But if you shift your focus and go, okay, I'm going to buy a house. By October next year, I'm buying a house, I'm buying land. It's just the way it is. I've decided it already. We've got the floor plan that we love. We've got the facade that we love. And we've picked a builder that we think is going to be awesome, right? We've got all this stuff in line. We're just waiting on the land and the finance to come through, right? Energy flows where the focus goes. I was going to say it right. Look at me go. All right. So you have to choose. And it's kind of, thanks, Barbara Jane. Hey, you got to tell me when you get your job too. You're getting a job soon. But you've got to choose. Hello, Vivian. You've got to choose the life that you want and then focus on that. Is it going to change like this? Not usually. Because our decisions up until today have created the situation we're in, which is sometimes a really hard pill to swallow. Why would I choose to be in financial difficulty? You don't know that you're choosing that. You just think that circumstances have happened that have got you there, and sometimes that's correct. Did I choose to, be kicked in the knee and have permanent nerve damage in my knee? Did I choose? Hello, darling. What's up, Bubba? Doesn't matter what time of day I do it. Drop the tone. Talk in a normal voice for me.
Alice wanted to play with my toys, and he really loves toys. And he broke the toy.
Can they be put back together?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're Lego. They're just Lego.
Oh, it's just the Lego ones. Okay, then you can fix it. Alex can fix it for you, or Daddy can fix it for you.
I can't put the Lego arms back on. That's why I asked Dad.
Okay, perfect. Alex is already working it out for you, little dude.
Okay.
Were you looking at my art, Alex?
I'm looking at your art. Hey,
Oh.
what?
I'm in the middle of a piece of work. All right. Bye, boys. I need 5 more minutes. Oh, my gosh. My dinner smells delicious. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
Wait, how's your computer burning?
That one's burning, so I'm backing it up. It says it's backing up my data, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything. Alex, can you shut the door, please, my precious? Yes. So, they're all right, Vivian. We think we'll keep them. I'll tell them that you and Sol waved Mara, but they're gone for 5 minutes, if I'm lucky. So if you're focusing, see, I didn't choose to have a car accident when a lady rammed up the back of my car and caused injuries. You know, I didn't choose to be injured in the workplace. I didn't choose to have, you know, all the things that have happened to me. I didn't choose that consciously in this lifetime. So it's when those things happen that you go, okay, well, you have your moment of feeling the feelings. You have that time, and sometimes it comes in waves. You'll be coping okay, and then things will dip, and you'll have those moments where you're not coping, and then you'll come back up, and you'll be okay again, right? Life is like a box of chocolates. I like chocolate, clearly. You have a choice. This is why I talk to people about conscious thought and making choices that get you closer to your goal. So if you're living and you don't have a goal, they melt. I keep mine in the fridge unless there's certain types. There's certain types I don't keep in the fridge because I like having teeth. Or there's certain types of dark chocolate that don't taste nice when they're chilled. Chocolate, right? We could just do a whole discussion on chocolate now. You guys are awesome. You have to, if you're living right now and you don't have a goal for the future, or you don't have certain things that you're focusing on to move yourself forward to get you through the stuff, when the stuff that you can't control hit, it doesn't help you. When I was told that I would never teach again, I would never run again, I was in the middle of a running time of my life, and I haven't been in that time for about 6 years. I didn't have a goal set. I didn't have any goals. I was like, well, I can't teach now and I can't run. And I hate walking. I hate walking, right? For exercise. I don't like walking for exercise because it takes so long to get anywhere. You get home and you go, I only walked like 3K and I'm tired. Whereas running, I could run. I do about 5K when I'm running. I got to the point where I could run about 7 kilometers without stopping, without walking. It felt more of an achievement. And now I like doing weights, right? So I'm going to convince my husband that I need to get back to the gym so I can go back to strength training. It's important. You've got to set some goals. And when you look at like any of my programs, I get people to... You have gas when you walk. That's not ideal, right? I set goals across different areas of my life. And for example, like I'll set an income goal for the week. Actually, I haven't done that for this week yet. Probably should do that. I set an income goal for the week, and then I'll set like something to do with the family for the week. Oh, thank you, Sol. You're a keeper. Tell your mummy that Eileen says, I'm a keeper, mummy. You have to keep me now. He's 4, isn't he, Mara? He's the same age as Ethan, isn't he? So set a goal. Set a goal for your income. Set a goal for your family, something to do with your family. Set a goal for your health. Set a goal for, exercise. Set a goal for lifestyle goals. Set a goal through each area of your life. Why do we do that? Because when things go to poo, it gives you something to focus on. It gives you, I started walking to and from school because we've only got one car now. No, because the school's only 400 meters up the road, right? So I walk Alex to school. And then Ethan and I walk down the hill to the shops, and we walk back up to home. All right. And so when we do that twice a day, it's like 3-4K for the day. And we've done that. We've been to and from the shops an extra time today because of the doctor. There's no point driving. By the time we put Ethan in the car and get us in the car and drive around and get a parking spot and get out of the car, we may as well have walked. So we walked, which made me feel better about buying hot chips for lunch. Clearly that wasn't one of my health goals. Set some goals so that you have something to focus on when things go to poo. Or if, say, you get some bad news, you can go, okay, well, that's okay. Maybe it's not okay. Something bad happens. You focus on the feelings. I think that nana naps should be compulsory, to be honest. I like a nana nap. I'm not even a nana. I have a mummy nap. When Ethan lets me, he'll come in and he'll do these ones. Mum, are you awake? No, go away. Mum, what do you want? This morning I woke up at like 4 or 5 because I could smell our bread baking. So I'm hungry. Why am I waking up hungry? Bread smells delicious. Set some goals. Choose where your focus goes. You have to choose where your focus goes. And you have to choose the thoughts that will help you get closer to those goals or closer to where you want to be, right? Because things will happen and our feelings are transient. Our feelings will move. So something bad happens, we have the range of emotions. We'll get the angry, we'll get the sad, we'll get all of that stuff. Whereas if we can go, okay, so something bad's happened, feel the feelings, and then shift, break state. Now, if any of you were in the free challenge on the Friday, not last week, the week before, I believe it was. It might have been even a week before that. I think it was only that long ago. We did an anchoring session that will help you to break state. So I gave you guys the task of choosing an action to anchor those feelings in, right? So you choose an action so that when you do that, for Alex, here's an example. For Alex, on the way to school one day, he told me he was scared. He told me that, whatever was going on at school, he didn't want to go to school because he wasn't feeling safe, essentially. And so I said to him, just tap your knuckle for me and don't stop. Just keep tapping that knuckle. And it's come, why? I said, because if your hands are in your pockets, in your hoodie, you can tap that and nobody's going to know that's what you're doing. And so you can be tapping that and you can be under your breath or in your head going, I am, and doing all your affirmations. So on our walk to school every day, we tap the knuckle and we do his affirmations. Now at the start, it's like, I am safe. I am this and I am that. And he was really quiet. Now I'll go, I am. And he'll go, I'm cool. And he's got attitude now, right? I am a superstar. Yeah, you are. I am a cool kid. Yes, you are. I'm brave. Awesome kid. So he'll do these. But when we first started doing them, now it's like, right? Affirmations. You do the I ams. You do the why am I? Why do I? It wasn't my door. It was the kids' door. But you have to choose the conscious thought. You have to consciously choose rather than allowing your head to meander and go its own way, because it will just go on to old patterns, because that's what it does, right? You're basically, your brain is a computer and it has its old programs that it's running all the time. That's what it's doing. That's what it knows to do. And so we literally have to interrupt the thought process. We have to interrupt the, it still says backing up my data. You have to interrupt it and install new programming. And so what we do when we're working together is we try and uninstall the old stuff and we reinstall some good stuff, and we use your words to do it so that you can start a new system. Yeah? But what you have to do is be conscious of your thoughts and choose better thoughts. Choose to shift out of that focus and into the new one. That is today's Monday motivation. Let me just come back. Is Kylie Johnson, are you still watching? I just want to know if that was helpful for you. And if it wasn't, sorry. I will be live on Friday night doing readings / coachy things. When I was live on Michael's show, I wasn't using cards so much. It was more yeah, it's more, we're looking at more of a coaching thing. So when people like Gwen and Kylie's questions there, where you're asking, is there light at the end of the tunnel, or can you tell me what's going to happen over the next 6 months? Here's the thing, it's your choice. What's going to happen? You choose your future. Your choices up until now created the situation and the person you are today. The choices and whatever you make today will create your outcomes for tomorrow. Who do you want to be tomorrow? Because that choice is, that shaping is now. And if you need help with that, I have the Breakthrough to Be You program, and I have the Confident, Creative and Capable program. Excellent. Join me on Friday night, 8:30 p.m. And yes, for the supporter group, I have the Love Angels Light supporter group, which is $19.97 per month until the 31st of December. And then it goes up to $35. $19.97 per month gives you a weekly Zoom reading session, group session. It also gives you 2 open coaching sessions a month. So if you have goals that you want to achieve but you're not quite sure how to get there, or you need help to set goals, or you just need to have a chat with me about some personal stuff or not personal stuff, depending, then you jump on those group coaching sessions. What else is in that group? So much. If you are part of that group and you get someone else to join, they say to me, hey, I joined because Tonya told me to. Thanks, Tonya, for having your name right in front of my face. Because Tonya told me to, then Tonya will get a half-hour reading for free. All right, that's the way it rolls. Apart from that, enjoy the rest of your day. Start making good choices. If you need help to do that, book a session. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day.